My name is Natasha Nieves, and I am a daughter of a strong woman fighting neuromyelitis optica. To others, she is a teacher, friend, daughter, and sister. But most importantly, she is my mother, my hero, and we are going to fight NMO together.
So it was December 15th, 2013. And I was teaching math, combining like terms, I'll never forget because it was color coordinated, and I was on the board. And I was writing, and all of a sudden I turned around, and I was like, where did everybody go? All my students were there, but they didn't notice because I didn't want to freak them out. So I just kept talking like I can see. It was towards the end of the period. And I just said, okay, everybody get their homework. Everybody knows the usual routine, and they're big already, so everybody knows the routine. And they left, and I think I went into a trance where I was in shock. So I just stood where I was. How ironic, it was my only day of the schedule, this is a 6-day schedule, that my prep was last period. And how ironic, my teacher's aide left his book bag. So he came back upstairs and he found me exactly where he left me. And all I kept telling him, he was like, Sonia, why are you there? And I was like, Josh, I can't see. Josh, I can't see. And I think I was in a state of shock that's all I could say. I don't even remember myself saying that. And all I kept telling him was, Josh, I can't see. Josh, I can't see. Josh, I can't see. And he freaked out. And he went and got my principal. My principal came upstairs. He sat me down. And then when I started coming out of the trance, Mr. Thompson was like, Sonia, relax. Maybe you just, going through something. And I was rubbing my eyes. And he was like, where am I? I was like, no, I hear you.
When I got the phone call that this just happened to my mother, I was confused and didn't understand what was going on. Like, what do you mean my mother can't see? What do you mean she has just been admitted till further notice? I was away at school and felt helpless, sad, and anxious to know what they were going to tell her when she got to the hospital.
I went to Newark Hospital. My brain was inflamed 100% because I must have been walking around with this lesion for about 2 weeks, and I didn't know. I saw, and in a matter of 5 seconds, I didn't see. By the time I was in the ER, I saw pitch black. So it's crazy because you hear people talking about you hear the doctor there, everything's going on and nobody's talking to you, and it's not like you can see what's going on. It's frustrating because you're just there.
Frustrating for me too. I hate seeing my mother suffer. Seeing my mom adjust to being legally blind made me emotional every single time I even thought about it, because she would just get so angry at herself when she couldn't do something she was used to doing. As her daughter, I had to adjust to this new life as well. Accepting that my mother was about to go on disability was a hard pill to swallow.
I was like, you know what, I'm going to be back to work. When here it is 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, and now they're telling me I'm legally blind, go to Social Security, and get ready to never work again. Hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, wait a minute, what do you mean I'm never going to work again? Like, no, I'm going to go work. No, I'll go on temporary disability, but I'm not going to never not go back to work. I'm going to see again.
She will see again. I know she will.
I was diagnosed with NMO. That's just the acronym for it. The actual name for the disease I have is Neuromyelitis optica. It's often misdiagnosed as MS because it has the same characteristics. The only thing is the lesions are different, and it attacks your spinal cords. And what it attacks is it's your fiber optic nerves, and it gives you partial paralysis. And our lesions are a little larger than MS lesions. And you cannot have a lesion. Like, for example, my second attack, I had no lesions, and in 2 weeks I developed a lesion and I had paralysis. I left work, I could walk. By the time I got to the ER, I was paralyzed. It attacks you instantly. And what it is, it's an antibody that you have to test for. And this antibody, it attacks your good cells. And that's why it attacks your spinal cord.
Facing these obstacles with her has really made me reevaluate my whole entire life.
You can't do this on your own. You can't. No matter how strong you are, you cannot do this on your own. It's not like I gradually lost my vision. I just instantly lost my vision. So I was in a little bit of denial myself of how independent I can or cannot be, or what I was able to do. So I went through the burning of my lips to the point where I couldn't eat because I burned my lips so bad. I burned my hands. The hardest part has been putting on my shoes. I've gotten good. Now it's like down to like 2 minutes, 3 minutes with my big shoehorn. So that has been my hardest adjustment as per dressing wise, my shoes. Because now I gotta wear like these little Skywalker Skechers stuff. They're not that cute, but they do the job. So
The positivity my mother maintains is so inspiring.
when I go to treatment, they laugh because when I get there for the chemo, I'm like, all right, let's go. I'm here. It's cocktail time. And they're like, what do you mean it's cocktail time? I'm like, I ain't calling that chemo.
I'm thinking, oh, what is Miss Rivera is going to come back? And that's when I felt sad.
Sad because having her as a teacher really made me understand more.
I felt about her that she makes me happy every day, and she's the best teacher ever.
She makes me feel like I can push myself to do good and move forward with my life.
I give her hugs every day.
I love you so much, Mom. And don't you ever forget we are in this together. You will never be alone.